Hello, I'm coming to you live, well, almost live, from my classroom. This is a bunker deep in the heart of, this is my adult classroom, a classroom that I use to teach adults. And today it's almost 12 hours that I've been here teaching throughout the day. So I'm a bit knackered and a bit unshaven and But anyway, I wanted to just use this opportunity of a few minutes before I go home to tell you about my latest book and to show you my latest book, probably of little interest to you, but it's of great interest to me. It's my 10th textbook, and I've got a copy in my hands right here, and I've been using it in classes with the junior high school kids in the year 2, second year of junior high school. This is my 10th textbook, so I'm beginning to get the hang of it, that I laid out and laid out and produced myself. It's produced by Create Space, an Amazon company, but all of the creative stuff I did myself, and I'm a little bit chuffed about it and wanted to show off a little bit, but also wanted to show you the kinds of things you can do in self-publishing. Things like this. Now, I'll just walk you through it very briefly and then I'll let you get on your way. There will be questions at the end of this video. No, there won't be any questions at the end of this video unless they're from you. Here we are, so here we go. I'll just talk you through this. This is called Tower Talk, my company that I run with my wife to teach English to Japanese kids and some adults. Is called Tower English, based on the Tower Bridge logo, which I mentioned before is designed by a good friend of mine, Nick Willett, who lives in Nottingham. He's a graphic designer. Anyway, I said, come up with something that we can use that says British English. And he said, oh, well, Tower Bridge. Anyway, so the series of books that I've got is called Tower Talk, and these go all the way back to kindergarten kids. And I'm hoping by this time next year I will have 12 books, written 12 different books, one for each year of statutory education for Japanese kids. So stretching from kindergarten, actually that's not statutory, but anyway, stretching from kindergarten, age 3, all the way through to age, 15. Which is their last year of statutory education. And I'll have an English book that will cover them with everything they need to know about English. It's taken us 10 years to get to this stage, but I'm just about there. Anyway, this is the book, and look, you can see I've got a nice sort of cityscape with a bridge, that's the motif. I'm working on the one for year 1, which is going to have a more like a tower bridge, but the same idea of a silhouette reflected, like it's on the side of an ocean or something. It's a bit more mature than Kiddy's textbook because this is for teenagers who get a bit stroppy, so you've got to treat them like adults, even if they don't deserve it sometimes. So that's it, Tower Talk Junior High 2. Let me just take you into it. And it's got this book belongs to, they can put their name, a little bit childish, but I thought it was cute. Let's see. First page you get to, list of all previous other books in the series and a reproduction of the cover, it's kind of the style of the series, a message to the teacher or parents, and contents. By the way, everything in this book is in English, even though it's for a Japanese audience. It's an English textbook. What do you expect? And then I've got every lesson is like a double page spread like this. And here, this one is called Names, and it's got like give a sample speech here, and then each box has got different things that you could say instead. So it says here, hello, today I want to talk about Japanese names, or you could say, hello, today I want to talk about Japanese names, hello, I want to tell you about, hello, I want to introduce you to Japanese names. Different ways of saying the same thing. The idea is it's for people who are not particularly fluent or confident in English, obviously, they're learning English, and just showing them how they can fit different bits of grammar in there without calling it, you're now studying transitive verbs, or now studying blah blah. No, just these are communicative things, and I've sort of split them up so that they can hopefully figure out the grammar for themselves. Meanwhile, making a little speech that makes some kind of sense and that they can add to their repertoire of vocabulary. So that's the first lesson, and then the second lesson is looking at vocabulary in a picture to stimulate discussion. That kind of thing. All these pictures I got on a school day. All these pictures I got from I forgot what it's called, 123 RF 123, a company that you can buy pictures that you can license you to use pictures. It's a stock image company. I keep forgetting what they're called. But it means that you can look professional, if a little bit generic, yes. But so there's a page with a great big picture of New York and lots of stuff going on, and then some questions about it to stimulate discussion, and then hopefully we can get a class discussion based on this picture, that kind of thing. And then every other lesson is a speech, working out a speech like I did earlier. There are 45 lessons in here. It took me about an hour to do one lesson and to lay it out, longer actually to find the right pictures that would go with it, and then one more hour probably to edit it. There are 45 lessons in here because we teach 45 lessons a year, and so what did that take? It took me 90 hours to lay this out, 90 hours of work, but the bugger's finished now, and now it's on sale, and you can buy it through Amazon, I think, or CreateSpace. I don't imagine that you will, because I've just really designed it for my students, but I can order it for them through CreateSpace, which works for me. So why am I telling you all this? I don't know. Partly showing off, but partly showing you what you can do with self-publishing. You can do something quite professional like this, and it means that it makes my life easier, because I've put a lot of thought into this syllabus, and it flows from easy grammar at the beginning right the way through to quite difficult grammar at the back of the book. So hopefully the kids are picking it up and are more fluent by the end of the book and can handle more difficult stuff. In other words, it's a syllabus worked out that I wouldn't say rips off, but I followed what's in the Sunshine English books, which are pretty turgid. I mean, are very getting better, but a little bit dull. Books that many Japanese kids use in Japanese high school, in the sense that I'm using the same grammar and the same points that they teach in more or less the same time period, but I've got, I hope, more interesting lessons that are a bit more communicative, while at the same time following the same kind of grammar. Anyway, so there's quite a lot of work that went into this, a lot of work. But now it's finished, and I can sell it every year to my kids that are in this year that need it. So that's a savings for me. It saves effort for me. I don't have to keep thinking of each lesson every time they come in. I've got it prepared. I can, of course, deviate from what's in the textbook, but I know what I should be teaching, or whereabouts, what the kids should know. And if they're struggling with it, then okay, I need to back up. Or if they find it too easy, then okay, let's speed forward. You can do that if you've got a syllabus, and this is what this provides. What else do I want to say? That's basically all I want to say. I'll let you go now. I'm getting close to 10 minutes of this speech. I just wanted to show you also, this is after doing this for about 4 or 5 years. 3 years I've been making textbooks, and I've finally got to this level. I'll show you my first textbook. That's for Kinder 1, right? So that's what you've looked at there, is for junior high school teenagers, and this is for 3-year-olds. And let's see, I'll show you some pictures. Let's count. And I drew those pictures myself. I never even thought about licensing pictures or whatever. Who's that? Remind you of anyone? But this works for, this has the dreaded Comic Sans typeface, which gets so much flack from hipsters and people who know better that you shouldn't use that. Works great for little kids, and that's how they spell that's how they draw their letters. But anyway, it's come a long way. My drawing abilities and writing abilities and production abilities have come a long way. But little by little, I think I've said before in these kinds of videos, I'm building up my assets. Building up my assets. Assets. Pay attention to the back there. Oh. Anyway, I just wanted to show you that. Anyway, and we'll see what else I'm working on. Next, I'm working on the next textbook. And meanwhile, I am doing a bit of work on Hannah Walker, the third novel. So if you're just hanging around and putting up with this English language stuff, hey, this pays the bills. Hannah Walker's coming.